Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, Jill Jardine, Master's in Counseling Psychology, longtime astrologer, psychic healer, and yogi. In this episode, I'm going to share the astrology update for May 2023. We're smack in the middle of eclipse season, so hang on. Stay tuned to the end of the episode when I give my sun sign predictions for each zodiac sign. Welcome to the episode on the astrology of May 2023. Stay tuned to the end of the episode when I give my sun sign forecast for each sign. I will share the key dates and astrological activities during the month of May, especially the full moon lunar eclipse on May 5th, and then I'll go back and give more details about all the astrological ingresses. We entered the lusty month of May with Mercury retrograde and in an eclipse window which opened at the Solar Eclipse New Moon in Aries on April 20th, 23, the day before Mercury went retrograde. The first 2 weeks of May are marred by Mercury retrograde in Taurus until May 14th. Jupiter shifts from Aries into Taurus mid-month. The full moon lunar eclipse occurs on May 5th, revealing hidden agendas and could adversely affect economic outlooks. Here are the key dates in May 2023. On May 1st, Pluto retrogrades in Aquarius. May 5th is the full moon lunar eclipse with Moon in Scorpio, Sun in Taurus, also called the Wesak Moon. May 7th, Venus transits into the sign Cancer until June 5th. On May 14th, Mercury goes direct. May 16th, Jupiter transits into Taurus until May 2024. On May 19th, it's a new moon in Taurus. On May 21st, the Sun transits into Gemini. And also on May 21st, Mars transits into Leo. May marches in as Pluto rolls retrograde until October 10th, 2023, allowing us to integrate any transformation from the previous months. Mercury retrograde and eclectic energies can make us feel destabilized, waiting for the other shoe to drop. That shoe may drop at the full moon lunar eclipse on May 5th, with the full moon in Scorpio opposing the Taurus sun. This coincides with the annual Wesak Full Moon, which occurs annually on the full moon in Scorpio. This year it occurs at 1:34 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on May 5th. This full moon is eclipsed, so it's more important than ever to invoke the spiritual energies available at the Wesak festival. Chant, eat, pray, love. Do something special at this moon, even though it is eclipsed. According to the Lucis Trust, quote, humanity's cooperative effort to invoke the energies of light and love can be given a tremendous impetus by working together in meditative and invocative prayers at the time of the Wesak Festival. The Wesak Festival is really a 5-day period at the time of the full moon. It includes the 2 days preceding the full moon, the day of the festival itself, and the succeeding 2 days called the days of dispensation. The exact hour of the full moon itself is of tremendous importance because at that moment, the sun and earth stand in unimpeded alignment. And again, that exact time is at 1:34 p.m. Eastern Time. At which time, it is as if a door stands open between the spiritual hierarchy and humanity, which can make possible great expansions in consciousness, expansions which are not possible at other times of the year, unquote. In her book, Externalization of the Hierarchy, Alice Bailey writes, quote, at the time of the Wesak Festival, I would call your attention to the fact that the annual return of the Buddha to bless his people everywhere, and to convey the message of wisdom, light, and love to humanity, coming as he does from the very heart of deity itself, is the outer evidence and guarantee of inner divine guidance and revelation in this present world cycle of 2,500 years. Year by year he returns. For a brief minute, he reminds us that God exists and ever loves, and he is not unmindful of his people, that the heart of the universe is unalterable compassion and that humanity is not alone. Unquote. My Sanskrit mantra teacher, Thomas Ashley Farran, Namadeva Acharya, describes the Wesak festival as, quote, in a secret valley in the Himalayas, the Christ presides over a ceremony in which a large crystal bowl is filled with water, awaiting the coming of the Buddha at the exact moment of the full moon. When that blessed moment arrives, the Buddha appears in a brilliant golden globe of light, hovering over the assembled masses of saints, sages, and spiritual teachers, in and out of body, from all worlds' religious traditions. The Christ chants a secret mantra over the bowl of water, which serves as a signal for the Buddha to disperse the great outpouring of spiritual energy and light which everyone receives. Finally, the spiritually charged water from the bowl is distributed to all who have gathered, consummating the purpose of the gathering. The assembled teachers and healers then return to the places from which they had come to continue their work fully charged. End quote. Remember, the 2 days leading up are May 3rd and 4th and are building power. The exact day of the full moon is May 5th, and then 2 days after, on May 6th and 7th, the days of distribution also have strong spiritual juice. So make the most of this time by doing prayers, mantras, meditations, and invocations. Here are some suggestions of what you can do to align at the Wesak moon. There is a prayer that comes from the Theosophical and Alice Bailey writings called the Great Invocation. You can see it in my show notes. I said it out loud in the previous podcast that was released in April 2023 on the eclipse window. It is very powerful when said at the Wesak Moon Festival. One can do prayers that are important to them, or meditate or set intentions called sankalpa in Sanskrit during the Wesak moon. Or you can chant Sanskrit mantra. Here are a few suggested by Thomas Ashley Farran. The Kala Chakra mantra, which the Dalai Lama says if we all chant, it will help clear personal and planetary karma and hasten personal and planetary evolution. Kala Chakra means the spirit of the wheel of time and invokes the Tibetan Shiva. It is all seed mantras, so it is very powerful. Some have purported to travel to different times and different dimensions chanting this mantra. Again, I'll have the words in the show notes, but here is the Kala Chakra mantra. Om Haksa Malavarayam Swaha. Om Haksa Malavarayam Swaha. Om Haksa Malavarayam Swaha. It's also a good time to chant the Shiva Siddha mantra, the great spiritualizing principle of consciousness. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Or we can chant to Avalokiteshvara, the being of great compassion from the Buddhist tradition, who has put off final liberation until all sentient beings have achieved enlightenment. The mantra at a surface level means the jewel of consciousness is in the heart's lotus. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 I shared this mantra in a previous podcast entitled Moksha Mantras, Sanskrit Mantras for Liberation. So go back and review that podcast for more information on the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. The Sabian symbol for this full moon, Cinco de Mayo, lunar eclipse, is at 15 degrees Scorpio. Scorpio 15, Sabian symbol is children playing around 5 mounds of sand, which can be interpreted as the first steps of humanity's spiritual breakthrough. A very small number of people have awakened to a higher level of consciousness. However, they are yet as undeveloped as children, realizing how little we really know. Numerologically, the number 5 is associated with the capacity of the mind to penetrate further into the unseen realms to discover and create new forms for universal ideas. Few people are truly creative, and those who are invariably are still playing around with their extraordinary gifts. Humanity is on the brink of a new phase of being, and those with the creative flair will be called upon to indicate how we can do things differently. So very, very powerful lunar eclipse at the beginning of May. And then on May 7th, Venus carouses into Cancer until June 5th, bringing beautification to the home front and creating soothing scenarios. Healing in water or by water caresses Cancerian Venusian vibes. Venus in Cancer focuses on family, just in time for Mother's Day on May 14th. And it's a Mercurial Mother's Day as Mercury goes direct on Mother's Day, May 14th at 11:17 p.m., allowing the energies to now flow more smoothly post-eclipse. Jovial Jupiter jaunts out of fiery Aries on May 16th to be tempered by Taurus until May 26, 2024. We'll all be feeling big shifts of energy when the cosmic giant Jupiter plants new seeds and potentials in our life, especially around finances. Taurus is an earth sign, and earth rules our physical body and Mother Earth. Body consciousness and embodiment of the new earth energies are possible. There will be more universal focus on the plight of Mother Earth, Gaia, and how to ensure her survival as a viable planet. Earth Day will be every day as groups and individuals raise attention and action on healing the planet. Jupiter and Taurus will force us to become practical realists who find solutions to issues around our survival, financially and otherwise. We become doers and are not easily lured by get-rich-quick schemes. During this cycle, we are not risk takers. We need direction, clear goals, and strong plans as we value tangible results. More specifically, with Jupiter and Taurus, we attract the most good fortune when we are charitable, generous, but discriminating and patient. There can be a delight for sensual pleasures and a desire for the simple good life with Jupiter and Taurus. In contrast to the urgency of Jupiter and Aries, we can take pleasure now in pursuing our goals in a more drawn-out and leisurely fashion, watching our profits or possessions slowly but surely accumulate. Basic needs have to be met satisfyingly before other goals are pursued. Jupiter can expand the more negative qualities of the sign, just as it can expand the positive traits. In Taurus, negative manifestations include overindulgence in pleasures and comforts, laziness or too narrow of focus, or just a wait-and-see attitude that, if taken too far, can lead to inertia. On a positive note, Jupiter and Taurus will help us to reorganize our financial life, to weather our future plans, and help us save for a rainy day. Faith in ourselves can bring about auspicious outcomes, positive circumstances, or just good luck. Taurus New Moon occurs May 19th, giving us a breather, breaking free from frantic eclipse portal of the past month and fostering relaxation and rebirth. A plethora of planets in Taurus pushes pleasure-seeking agendas and physical body indulgences. The Sun and Moon in late degrees Taurus speak to finishing cycles, while Jupiter, the North Node, Mercury, and Uranus in early and mid degrees of Taurus urge us to plant seeds at this fruitful time for a fortuitous future. The new moon in Taurus is a good time to commit to personal goals that express the positive energies of the sign of the bull. It's time to enjoy life's simple and physical pleasures, savor good food, and enjoy activities that bring us in touch with nature and with our bodies. It's time to stop and smell the roses and to become more aware of what makes us feel comfortable and secure. This is a good cycle under which to reevaluate our relationship to money and possessions and to discover what truly makes us happy and fulfilled. This new moon harmonizes with Mars, Neptune, and Pluto, suggesting that our inspiration, motivation, and determination support our efforts to begin fresh. Mars and Pluto are heading toward an opposition, and the tension can stir ambition, although there may be some paranoia or fear-driven behavior involved. With this potent Taurus energy, we have the chance to make important changes in our lives. It's time to make some solid and realistic plans and to set the stage for reaping the rewards from our new beginnings in approximately 2 weeks' time after this new moon occurs. This phase of the moon occurs at 28 degrees of Taurus, affecting people born with personal planets at approximately 24 to 30 degrees of fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, and from 0 to 2 degrees of the mutable signs of Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, or those who are born at the end of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, and at the beginning of Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. The Sabian symbol for 28 degrees Taurus, the degree of this new moon, is Taurus 28. A woman, past her change of life, experiences a new love. The keynote is the human capacity to rise in consciousness and feelings above biological limitations. The primordial urge for love and connection is there at any age in one's development. Springtime offers new beginnings as birds sing and love is in the wings. Romance is in the air this season, and it doesn't matter what age you are, you can rebirth your life and find love. One should freely open his or her mind to the possibility of always new re-beginnings. Ideally, the new beginning should imply a more mature response to the new possibility of experience. The sun shifts into Gemini on May 21st, amping activities of communication and socialization. Mars also transits into the sign Leo. Get out there and have some fun. Make it a summer of love. Stay tuned for the sun sign forecast for May for each zodiac sign. Welcome back to the part of the episode you've been waiting for. Sun sign predictions for each zodiac sign for the lusty month of May. Happy birthday, Taurus. Taurus, born approximately April 21st through May 21st. Tag Taurus, you're it in the ecliptic game of tag, with new moon fallout from the solar eclipse in April and the full moon lunar eclipse on May 5th. Jupiter shifts into your sign on May 16th, and your world just becomes bigger and brighter for the next year thanks to the jovial giant. It becomes a Taurian love fest at the new moon in Taurus on May 19th, with 6 Taurus planets planting seeds of love and lust. Don't get distracted from your future goals. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Your lucky days, Taurus, are May 1st, May 27th, 28th, and 29th. Gemini, born approximately May 21st through June 21st. Mercury mania hits Gemini hard, with Mercury frustrating your efforts as it transits your house of karma, making for delays and derailing best laid plans. Use this time to get your house in order and finish home projects, because things will move fast and furious next month. Be patient in May as Mercury moves home in June, amping up Gemini's juice. Your lucky days, Gemini, are May 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and May 30th and 31st. Cancer, born approximately June 21st through July 21st. One of the few signs where the full moon in Taurus in early May feels okay. Cancer is caressed by Venus transiting your sign on May 7th, making you more calm and peaceful. Your soul has been showering you with good vibes, and you have relished the creativity and comfort. You are back in your creative flow and basking in the glow. Pamper and self-care to prepare your body, mind, and spirit to receive the influx of new energies this summer. Your lucky days, Cancers, are Cinco de Mayo, May 5th and 6th. You'll do okay on that full moon lunar eclipse. Leo, born approximately July 21st through August 21st. You feel overwhelmed and no love at the full moon on May 5th, squaring your sun. You feel wonky and out of sorts. But no worries. Use May to complete projects and wrap up loose ends. Lucky Leo takes a break when Sun transits Gemini after May 21st. You get to recoup and recharge your battery, fostering fun and frolic in the coming months. Your lucky days, Leo, are May 7th, 8th, and 9th. Virgo, born approximately August 21st through September 21st. Lots of love from Taurus planets throwing favorable aspects to fellow Earth sign Virgo. Jolly Jupiter jazzes up your life from Taurus territory. Money and love vibrations are enhanced during May. Social life picks up from the planetary party in Taurus, and Uranus offers some breakthroughs that can appear instantaneously. Pace yourself, Virgo. Don't dive in too deep or too fast, as your ruling planet Mercury is still retrograde until May 14th. Your lucky days are May 10th and 11th. Libra, born approximately September 21st through October 21st. Taurian planets transiting your 8th house of other people's money has you planning your financial future and making some gains. You weathered the whirlwind, so now let the dust settle. Relax and restore your energies during Mercury retrograde through May 14th. Your lucky days, Libra, are May 12th and May 13th. Scorpio, born approximately October 21st through November 21st. Full Moon Lunar Eclipse on May 5th amps up the volume. Tag your it in the lunar ecliptic game of release and let go. Emotions and psychological patterns that no longer serve you and hinder forward movement in life surface to be exorcised. Pluto retrograde helps the purging and purification that is necessary for you to take your next steps. Your intuition shows you the way to the better life. Your lucky days, Scorpio, are May 14th and 15th. Sagittarius, born approximately November 21st through December 21st. Time to reboot your energies during Mercury retrograde. Take some time out in May to reassess your plans for the future and realign and revise. Think about resetting that internal compass and make some changes so you can experience a summer of smooth sailing, Sag. Your lucky days are May 16th and 17th. Capricorn, born approximately December 21st through January 21st. Capricorn is boosted by the influx of Taurian planets, and it shows up as new sources of income. Reassess your values under Mercury retrograde and then plant seeds for the future under earthy energies a la Taurus. Taurus aspects throw helpful rewards to hardworking Capricorn. Perhaps going forward, you can learn to work smart, not hard. Pluto retrograde allows you to incubate, regenerate, and prepare for a rebirth of your creative life expression in the coming months. Your lucky days are May 18th and 19th. Aquarius, born approximately January 21st through February 19th. Aquarius is slammed by solar eclipse and Taurus planets, impelling restructuring of your finances and fitness regimes. Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse on Cinco de Mayo turns up the tapas, or internal heat, forcing the rejuvenation of body, mind, and spirit. You've had a taste of Pluto and Aquarius the past few weeks, so you now know what needs to be released and what needs to be nurtured for your Plutonian rebirth in the upcoming years. Get ready for the accelerations throughout May and early June before Pluto backtracks into Capricorn. Your lucky days, Aquarius, are May 20th and 21st. Pisces, born approximately February 19th to March 20th. Although you're chomping at the bit to launch new beginnings, just wait, Pisces. Ecliptic energies and Mercury retrograde have you revisit and review before you launch later. Full moon lunar eclipse on May 5th with the sun in Scorpio sends fellow water sign blessings for self-care and restorative healing. Your lucky days, Pisces, are May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Aries, born approximately March 21st through April 21st. The pace slows down post-birthday celebrations as Mercury retrograde and a plethora of planets in Taurus bring you down to Earth with a thud. Lunar eclipse occurs in your second and eighth houses, which rule finances and values. The eclipses force fiscal reevaluation. Find ways to rein in your expenditures. Neither a borrower or lender be during this eclipse cycle. Don't splurge or make rash decisions now. Mercury retrograde allows you to review and regroup, looking forward to resurgence ignited by friendly fire during the Leo equinox in July. Your lucky days, Aries, are May 25th and 26th. I hope you enjoyed this episode on the astrology of May 2023. Remember to subscribe, download, share, and give us a 5-star review. This is Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, sending Astro antic healing cosmic currents through the quantum field. Stop.